Hey y'all, this is Fix It with Fran, where I talk about all things faith, family, food, and fun. Coming back to give you an update of these Harvest Elite Slims that I have in my kitchen right now. And you'll notice one big change already is that I have added, and I've had these for a while. You can see they've been through it a little bit. I've torn some. I think some got torn also when we were doing our move and I had them packed up. But here's one that's not attached, and it is the AeroGarden Power Light Boosters. What I also like about these is that this being the herb garden stays on a little bit longer and more. I don't know if it comes on more often, but I just noticed it being on longer than the salad garden. I think this garden requires maybe 17 hours and the salad is like 15 or vice versa. Not vice versa in the sense that the other is longer, but it's either like 17 or 15 and then the salad goes for like 15 or a shorter amount of time, period. So that being said, I like using these because especially since I notice this one being on more at night, and during the day I don't mind it so much. So I'm trying to get my gardens all synced to where they're on during daylight hours and more off at night. And I do that because as a master gardener, I know that a lot of different seedlings will germinate better or give you better result and better growth results if they have a period of darkness. And so what I don't want to do is have my lights be off during the day and then on at night, because during the day my home does get a lot of sun, especially here in our kitchen. So what I'm trying to do, again, short version, is just make it so that this syncs up with daylight hours. So this is on during the day and off at night, so that my plants, especially some are the seedlings that are still trying to germinate, get a period of darkness, because darkness does help and gives it like a cyclical rhythm so that you can get your seedlings to grow. That being said, behind this light film, this is just for the brightness, is my herb garden. So the mint was covered before, and I just checked on it because this was one that was not germinating for me previously. But if we look now, there's some baby mints. Let's bring it back into focus. And what I also thought was interesting, so I see a little bit of algae there, so we'll have to deal with that. But what I thought was interesting is that if you look at this, you see that there's one mint that's perfectly centered inside that hole of the little pod sponge, but then there's one that's off to the side. Hey, I'm not mad at it per se, but I think a lot of times too, I always try to check my seeds just to make sure that there are some in the center, because what I have found for those that are duds, quote unquote, is that a lot of times there'll be little seeds or little black crumbs in the box, and I always wonder, like, okay, are those my seeds that came out of the pods? Because if you've at this point started a garden or looked at the AeroGarden, you'll notice that when these come, they're just wide open. Like there's the hole at the top, there's the domes that are in there separately, but there's no covering over the seeds. And so it made me wonder, okay, are my seeds falling out? Are these other crumbs in the box actually seeds? So I've tried to keep an eye on that. Here on the end, we have my Thai basil. Then here's my dill. The dill was one of the first ones that popped up, and it's been growing really well. Now my thyme, it's not done anything, but I've tried to be patient with it. Just keep an eye on it. And yeah, and it's looking like there's some algae like sludge down in there. So we'll have to get in here, add some peroxide to the mix and get that under control. But this is this one garden, which I put the boosters on also to just try to help again with the germination as well. It's supposed to help increase the light, and they call these power light boosters on the AeroGarden website. And I ordered these from AeroGarden one time when I was trying to just get like a minimum amount for free shipping, maybe $50. These were, if I remember, pretty cheap. Like I know they were definitely under $10. I'm almost tempted to say like $5 or $8, but I've liked having them, especially when it comes to blocking some of the light from the room. So I'm gonna go over to the salad garden. And I didn't mention in the last video that we're on day 16 for both of these gardens. So here we have all of the lettuce blends that were included in the heirloom salad green kit. So in this one, it was just a 6-pod kit. So this is the Rogue d'Ivoire. This is the Marvel of 4 Seasons. This is my black seeded Simpson pod, which I was checking on earlier because as of today, there's been no growth in here. And when I looked down in here closely before, or what I was doing, which is why the lid was a little disturbed, is that I don't think there's seeds in that one. Like I've looked and looked and looked, and it's very dark, and usually the black seeded Simpson seeds are also black and dark. But I'm just not convinced that that pod came with anything. So again, this could have been one of the times that the debris that was in the box were actually my seeds. And I shouldn't have thought about it. But the good thing is that I do have these seeds because I've used them for several years in the AeroGarden of my own and also in the community garden that I assist with. So we're going to get one in here and get it growing. I'm trying to give it until the 20 days so that I can contact AeroGarden to let them know that the seeds did not germinate. Here is the Paris Island, so a nice romaine lettuce. And then here is the, what is this? Deer tongue, which before trying to grow deer tongue, this did not grow for me in the original pot. So I was excited that these grew. And then here are the red sails. So what I'm planning on doing tonight, we'll probably have some crab cakes and salad for dinner. So I'm planning on doing a good little haircut trim on these. And what I do, like many other folks, is that I trim them from the most outer leaves and try to get those larger ones harvested. So it's going to look like it got a pretty significant haircut the next time you see them. I may not take as many from here, but I definitely will be taking from these and using some arugula mix that we already have in our fridge to just bump it up and kind of make a nice spring mix salad. So just to let you see the herb garden again and how it's doing. Got some basil, some dill, and mint that will be coming up soon. My curly parsley and thyme are not yet doing anything for me. So these two in the center, my curly parsley on the left and the thyme on the right, will hopefully be doing something soon. But again, this is Fix It with Fran, giving you an update on these Harvest Elite Gardens. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know how your gardens are growing. And if you have any questions or tips for me, please do leave them in the comments. Again, thanks for watching.